busy people getting fit in Fulshear, Texas. Our aim is to help you look better, feel better, and perform better as quickly as possible. I'm your host, Bryan White with Blue Eagle Fitness and Nutrition. Welcome. Good morning, Amy. How are you doing today?
Good morning. I'm doing well, thanks.
So, lots of questions are happening right now. For example, why are you about to get massacred in a Texas horror movie? That's exactly what this looks like. I keep looking. I'm not even looking at you. I'm looking at the door.
At my surroundings.
Yes.
The door behind me. That's our storage room. I am at our cabin in northern Minnesota, and I'm in the loft, trying to let my husband do his thing downstairs and mitigate the noise a little bit. So,
okay. And by northern Minnesota, you mean like southern Canada?
I mean, like I look out my window and I can see Canada. Yes, it's right over there. That door is to our storage room.
Okay. What's the temperature? Because the high yesterday here was 106. What was the high yesterday for you?
75. I was thinking about sitting outside this morning, but I opened the door and it was cool. So I shut the door. It's like I either have to put some pants on or stay inside.
You can't go outside because it's too cold.
I'll be able to in an hour, probably.
Wow. Okay, so it is morning time, yes. And we're here to talk about nutrition. So since it is morning time, let's talk a little bit about breakfast.
Okay.
I've already asked you this kind of as a pre-talk before we got on, and you kindly let me know you haven't eaten breakfast this morning. But let's talk about yesterday. What did you have for breakfast yesterday?
Okay. Yesterday for breakfast, I had some oatmeal, and I have Greek yogurt and berries with that.
Okay. And so now do you have a specific type of oatmeal that you eat, or is that a big deal? Or you just eat whatever you want?
I like RX oats. And the reason I like this, it's got some almonds in it.
Such a CrossFit answer.
I know. It's got almonds in it, so it's got a little bit of crunch, and I like that. And so that's the main reason I probably could just put some slivered almonds in oatmeal. Do the exact same thing, but it's so convenient.
Okay.
Just put a little water in a cup and put the lid on it. Done. So.
So you get your oatmeal that's nice and convenient here.
I do, yeah.
And it's in a specific serving, like a serving cup. Mm-hmm. You just pour in water and cool. Yep. So that helps you also make sure that you're measuring out, you're not overeating oatmeal.
True. Yeah. Yeah, exactly. And then I have a Keurig, so I just use the hot water from the Keurig, and
okay, perfect.
It's 4 ounces, and it stops right at the line, and straight up put the lid on. Done.
You got this down to a science.
I do. So while my oatmeal is steeping, I take the frozen mixed fruit out of the freezer and pour it in a bowl and stick it in the microwave for 45 seconds.
Okay, and what kind of mixed fruit do you use?
The stuff I have up here is blackberries, blueberries, and raspberries.
Yeah, I think you have the exact same bag that I have.
Maybe, but these are wild blueberries from Maine. I don't know if you have that.
I don't. I just get the whatever
letters on the front of the package.
I just get whatever's in the HEB freezer. Where did you get the wild berries from Maine?
In War Road, Minnesota.
Okay.
At the grocery store. Yeah. Okay. So.
Very nice. And the Greek yogurt or the yogurt, what kind of, is it Greek yogurt?
It is non-fat plain Greek yogurt. Yeah.
Okay. And how much of that do you eat?
So I just take my spoon and put a couple of dollops on top of my oatmeal. So probably between a quarter and a half cup.
Okay. So you're getting about 20 grams of protein from the Greek yogurt. Is that right?
Yeah, 15 probably.
15. Okay. So you're starting your day off with 15 grams of protein, lots of fruit, some from the berries, and
And
some.
there's protein in the oats also. There's an egg white. Our eggs oats have egg whites in them. So
There we go. So now we've
I
added
think there's
another
like
5
12
grams.
grams
That's
of
another,
protein in there.
12 grams. Okay, so you're getting
So,
27 grams of protein in breakfast, getting fruit and some grainy carbs in there to give you some energy to start your day.
and a little bit of healthy fats.
And a little bit of healthy fats from the almonds. Is that right? Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. So my breakfast, I have 2 breakfasts. I think you have 2 breakfasts, but one of my breakfasts is, and we have not talked about this previously, I don't think, but it is oatmeal. So a little single serve, you take the single serve, you pour it into a bowl, you fill that up, the little pouch, you fill that pouch up with water, and pour that into the bowl and put it in the microwave for like 2.5 minutes. That's our oatmeal. And then I take half a cup of Greek yogurt, of the plain Greek yogurt. I put that on top, and then I add frozen berries, which are the exact same berries that you
Sounds familiar.
blueberries, blackberries, and raspberries. It's just a frozen bag that I get from HEB. They'll thaw out when I put them on the oatmeal because the oatmeal is so hot. And then I will add like a little bit of honey, just mainly for the Greek yogurt. The Greek yogurt can be a bit bitter, so I added a little bit of honey to it. And I'm not really measuring out the, it's sugar, and well, yes, but I'm eating it with, what ends up being 30 grams of protein, lots of fruit to get my day started, and lots of grainy carbs to give me some energy to start my day. So I mean, that's exactly what I'm looking for. So we did not pre-plan this conversation, but that is exactly what I had for breakfast this morning. Now you basically eat 2 breakfasts, right? Okay. Yeah. So that was your first breakfast. What is your second breakfast?
So my other breakfast, I like to saute vegetables, peppers, onions, mushrooms, tomatoes, whatever I have on hand, and throw some eggs in there, make an omelet or a scramble. I'm not very good at it doesn't look like an omelet.
I grew up making omelets, and my mom made omelets. And I don't know, I was like in my 30s when I was like, wait a minute, if I just scramble all the vegetables and the meat up with the eggs, and just put that on a plate, that's basically the same thing without having to worry about the flip, and we don't have to overcomplicate this.
Right. I'm all about simple.
Okay, so you saute vegetables, and you add, and by vegetables we mean bell peppers, tomatoes, what else?
Onions, mushrooms.
Okay. Saute those vegetables, and you're sauteing them in butter, oil.
A little bit of olive oil.
Okay, I prefer butter. That's just me. I like the Kerrygold butter when I saute vegetables.
You like Irish?
Do what?
You like Irish butter?
I like Irish butter. Yeah.
Are Irish cows healthier? Is that why? Or?
No. And so part of this conversation, I'm glad you bring that up. Like, not all of our decisions are based on what's healthy, right? Because when we're sauteing vegetables, like you're about to eat a bunch of vegetables. We're not going to go crazy over, did you use a specific olive oil? Did you use a butter, right? You're about to eat a bunch of vegetables. It's the same, when you're about to eat fruit and oatmeal and Greek yogurt, we're not worried about, the added sugar. Yes, we're adding some sugar, but we're adding sugar so that we can eat 20 grams of protein from Greek yogurt and another 10 grams of protein from unflavored oatmeal, right? I mean, that's what it's getting us. So I like the taste of the Kerrygold butter as opposed, I grew up on margarine. I grew up on the tub and
Country Crock.
Country Crock. I grew up on that. So now that I found real butter, I'm like, this is delicious. Where has this been my whole life?
It is. Yeah. I get the, I can't remember the name brand, but they come in little half sticks instead of the whole stick. So and that's why I get that.
Okay.
Because it comes in half sticks.
That's a much better idea. Yeah, that's a much better idea.
Such
Okay, so you saute vegetables, and how many eggs are you eating?
Usually 4.
4 eggs.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so I eat either I do almost the exact same thing, except I might add in some sausage or bacon into that same, put in the vegetables, put in the sausage, add the bacon, and at this point now we have an air fryer. And I can put all those things. I can put the bacon, the vegetables, cut up vegetables, and put them in the air fryer with a little olive oil, and some salt and pepper, and put that on for 12 minutes or whatever, and it comes out. And the whole family, and now I have enough food for the whole family for breakfast. It's great.
Cool.
So super easy.
I've never done that.
Super easy. That's what we're going for.
Does bacon make a huge mess in the air fryer? I always wonder about that because I hate cooking bacon because grease splatters everywhere.
No, yeah. So I guess it depends on your definition of huge mess. I mean, you have to clean it, but you're going to have to clean it anyway, right? I mean, so no, it's not any, like, grease isn't everywhere. Like if you make it in the pan and you don't have a grease cover on your pan, then yeah, that'll make a big mess. But then, yeah, if you put the grease cover, the cleaning the air fryer from bacon is easier than cleaning the
kitchen.
Correct, the kitchen, or just the grease cover, or the pan cover that catches grease. So yes, no, air fryer. So if you're looking for easy and convenience, super easy.
To try that. I don't have an air fryer at the cabin, but I'll have to try that when I get home.
Yeah, and it's even fairly portable, like, because I know you drive up there. I mean, it's not like light and it's not very big. I mean, it's not heavy, so it is light and it's pretty small and compact. So anyway, it would be great. Like, I'm a couple years away, but sending my kids off to college, like that would be kind of the perfect thing to. I mean, it's more convenient than a microwave, in my opinion. Yeah. So I was just going to say, when I make my egg scramble, not an omelet, I use 2 or 3 eggs, and then I use 2 or 3 servings of egg whites.
Okay.
Egg whites, you get 5 grams of protein in every little quarter cup. You get 5 grams of protein, and it's only 25 calories. So for me, I think of it as like free protein, and I like adding egg whites to anything I can. Eating egg whites just on their own, for me, tastes terrible, so I don't like it. But if I've learned that I can just add a little bit, even just a little quarter cup, and now you just got 5 more grams of protein. And I talk to lots of people who come into the gym. We do their nutrition coaching session. Everyone who joins the gym has to go through that, at least one session of nutrition coaching. And how much we go through what you've eaten in the past few days, and people are averaging 30 total grams of protein. Well, yeah, I mean, that's why you can be, even if you're a petite person, but you're, the world, I think, calls it skinny fat, because you don't have muscle. Yeah, because you're not eating protein, right? You've got to eat protein, and then you've got to eat protein as you get older. I'm not going to call us out for being old, because we're not old, right? But we're both having to have conversations with our doctors about not just osteoporosis, but sarcopenia, right? Sarcopenia, when you start losing muscle mass and you can't do the things that you used to be able to do. That's because you're not eating enough protein.
Mm-hmm. Right. So how much protein do you eat in a day?
I wish I were eating 150 to 180 grams of protein a day. That is what I wish. That is where I wish I were. I'm not there. I'm about 120 grams. I'm between 120 and 120 grams of protein in a day.
Okay.
Yeah. But I mean, when you start out with 30 grams of protein for breakfast, man, that just gets you off to a great start.
Sure
And at
does.
that point, and my dinner is going to be more protein heavy, generally speaking. But my lunch and my dinner are really the only difference between my lunch and dinner. My lunch, I'm probably going to have a salad. My dinner, that's when I'm going to cook my vegetables. Other than that, the meat's the same. You know, I'm going to have a chicken breast or pork or beef or fish or shrimp or scallops or any other protein source that I can get.
Mhm.
And then I do try to end my day with a protein shake.
Okay.
But what about you? How much protein do you get in a day?
Um, so my goal is about 105 grams of protein.
Okay.
I'm usually somewhere between 95 and 105.
Okay. That's pretty great.
Yeah, I stay pretty consistent with that.
Yeah. I mean, and you're getting 30 grams for breakfast. So now
Mhm.
you just need another 30-ish grams and then another 30-ish grams for lunch and dinner.
Mhm. Yeah. And yeah, so I take we smoked a lot of chicken breasts and brought them up here with us. And well, among other things, but we have chicken breasts. And like so they're big, right? They're like this big. And I'll cut off like half one and chopped up to put in my salad for lunch. And
Okay.
my husband will take like a slice and he's like, why do you eat so much meat? Like, dude, protein. I get your protein.
Yeah. And the other
So
great thing about eating protein is that protein and fat both help fill you up.
yes.
Right. I mean, this is one of the problems that we as a society have when you buy something quick and easy, or you buy something from a box or a package at the grocery store. It's not that carbs are bad. I feel like I'm doing a lot of air quotes in this session, but it's not that carbs are bad. It's just that carbs are designed to give you quick energy, and then they disappear. Or I mean, they leave your bloodstream and then they get stored as fat, or you used it for the energy. Protein is designed to fill you up. That fats are
Takes
designed to
longer to
fill you up.
digest.
Yeah, they take longer to digest. It takes longer for your body to break down the protein into the amino acids, for the amino acids to go into your overall amino acid pool, so that they're available to build your muscle after or during your workout. I mean,
Mhm.
carbs don't do that. But carbs have a long storage life. Protein, that has very right, it has to be in a refrigerator for a very short amount of time. Fruit and vegetables don't have long storage lives. And even in the US, even our like bread in the US, it was weird. We lived in the Netherlands for a couple of years, and we did the American thing, which is you go to the store and you buy your groceries for a week. And they sell in the Netherlands, they don't sell like full loaves of bread. And you're like, okay, well, so we'll have to buy 2 or 3, half loaves. Well, that's crazy. Why can't they just make a whole loaf? Well, it's because in the US, that our bread is so processed and has so many preservatives in it that it will last for 2 weeks. You go to the Netherlands, that just like, it's piping hot when they gave it to you, because they literally just made it. And you take it home and you have maybe 3 days to eat your bread, because after on day 3, mold is everywhere. Why? Because there aren't the preservatives. It's still real food. I mean, it's still processed, but it's much more real food than what we have in the US.
Right.
Yeah. And so the whole point of that is eat more protein.
That's a long way to go. I do want to clarify though, when you're talking about carbs, you're talking about highly processed packaged carbs.
Correct. I
You're
am.
talking about the
Yeah.
packaged.
I'm not talking about fruits and vegetables. Eat the
Right.
fruits and vegetables. Eat the fruits and vegetables all day long, all day long. And I will continue tossing this out there. If anyone wants to accept my challenge of eating only protein sources and fruits and vegetables, and proving to me that you can gain weight, well, those are the only 3 things you eat, let's have a conversation and let's talk about that challenge, because I don't think you can do it.
You'd have to eat a lot of apples.
That's a lot of apples. A lot of apples. And I can promise you that the obesity epidemic that we have in the United States, in the developed world, is not due to overeating apples and strawberries.
Mhm.
We are not overeating watermelon. It just isn't happening.
I'm a banana sympathizer myself. I'm posting all the time on Facebook, like, eat your fruit.
Love it. I have 2 daughters who don't like the texture of bananas, and they get even just saying the word banana, no, they get queasy.
So we were looking at potassium, because bananas have a fair amount of potassium, and somebody at the gym was telling me they don't like bananas. So went and looked and like, what's an alternative? Did you know that kiwi also has about the same amount of potassium?
I did not. That's good to know, because both of my daughters who I would say are banana haters, they're both kiwi lovers. So good to know.
That's a good alternative.
Great alternative. Well, thanks, Amy. I appreciate having the conversation. And I look forward to talking to you again.
All right. Sounds good.
Bye.
Have a great summer. Bye.
I will. You can get every episode of Busy People Getting Fit wherever you listen to your podcasts or on YouTube. You can also reach us at busypeoplegettingfit.com. Until next time, thank you for listening.